I'm here. I swear I'm here. I swear. It's preseason for me too. It's preseason for me too, guys. So I showed up. It's most of the way through the first quarter, and most of the starters are done playing by now. But I showed up. I'm here. And I'm not entirely sure that was really a good decision because, boy, it's going to be one of those years again, isn't it? It's going to be one of those years. God. So last week when we saw the Bengals play the Eagles, basically my takeaway was that, like, oh, God, oh, crap, I forgot the Commanders scored again. Goody. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be one of those years. Hold on. I'm going to update the freaking Commanders score. So, basically, it's going to be another one of those years where Joe Burrow has to make it work every goddamn time. And if he doesn't go out and score a touchdown on every drive, then the defense is just going to completely and utterly collapse. There's no hope for anything. So as you can see, now granted the second string was in on the second drive, but still, like, what I'm seeing from this team is not good so far. It is very bad. All right, so that's gonna be a 4-yard run there with a flag on the play. So let's see what's going on with that. Holding on the offense, of course it is. Why the fuck wouldn't it be? Good Lord, Bengals. Good absolute God, what are we even doing? Like, I went into this season with maybe a little bit of, like, optimism, like, oh well, there's just plug a couple of holes, get the guys done you need to get done, and then they're where it got Trey Hendrickson on the trade block. Now, it's also not the first time that's ever happened before, so, like, I would caution a little bit from, like, freaking out too much about that, but yeah, it's not looking good, guys. The defense is not looking good. The offense looks pretty good. That offensive line, but, they also got the touchdown on that first drive, and that was partially because the offensive line got some push. Chase Brown found his way in because of some good offensive line play there, but it's also been a lot of bad offensive line play as well. So we'll see what happens. Y'all see we brought Dalton Reisner in for a visit? That could be pretty cool. I wish we'd do something on defense, but, shoring up that right guard position would be too. Joe Burrow once again bouncing around. Oh my God. And there's a fucking fumble. Ted Karras falls on it, luckily. There's a flag, though, and I'm wondering, is this going to be like roughing the passer on the Commanders because they just spun Joe Burrow around unnecessarily in the preseason? But I'm sitting here, I'm talking, I'm hyping up the offense, or the offensive line, saying, hey, they've done a pretty good job, and Orlando Brown Jr. just gets absolutely obliterated on that play by some guy who I don't even recognize. Yeah, he drove his head to the ground. That's what happened. You can't do that. So that's definitely going to be roughing the passer. Dietrich Wise Jr. Dietrich Wise Jr. should not be obliterating OBJ like that, guys. Come on. Saw that game yesterday. My brain, I can't say I'm thinking about what game was happening yesterday. Probably not. I don't really watch the preseason other than the Bengals games because, football, I like football, but, this isn't really football. The strategies are so much different. They're kind of trying to win, but they're not, there's a lot more going on than just trying to win. So, I watch all the Bengals preseason games because I want to see how the backups are doing. Joe Burrow rolling out to his right. Can't find anybody. He's got to throw it away. I guess they call it a horse collar, huh? All right. I think he was looking for Mitchell Tinsley on the play, so maybe I can't be too salty that Mitchell Tinsley didn't get open. But if he wants to make the team, maybe he should get open. All right, got Yoshi and Charlie Jones out there, and I think Mitchell Tinsley is the wide out there. And it's just gonna be a handoff to Taj Brooks, who So they're doing an okay job running the ball. Like consistently anyway. Like, I don't even know what the running stats are on the day, but they've got a consistent push. Chase Brown averaged 3.2 yards per carry, which isn't great, but he did get a touchdown. Taj Brooks, 4.5 yards per carry, and Samaje Perine has even gotten 3. So I mean, that's not like stellar numbers, but they're consistently doing okay running the ball. So that'll help. But like, my God, they gotta give Joe some time to throw the ball, because otherwise this is going to be a long season. Yeah, Mikey says Burrow's been running for his life today. Sure has. All right, Joe, he's going to throw it short to Tanner Hudson, who almost makes a guy miss but can't quite do it. And he's going to end up about 3 yards short of the first down marker. And, dude's fucking preseason. Just go for it. 4th and 3, like, who cares? Like, honestly, just fucking go for it. Like, it ain't like the defense is going to stop the Commanders. Yeah, Nice little effort there by Tanner Hudson, but he cannot get the job done. So they are going to go for it. 4th and 3 from the 39-yard line. Might be kind of interesting to see if Evan McPherson could make this field goal, but who cares? Preseason, 4th down. Joe Burrow, he throws. He's got Charlie Jones, and he's got the man. Makes 2 guys miss, and he eventually gets taken down at the 25-yard line. There's a good little play right there on 4th down. If we can actually convert some 4th downs this year instead of just always going for it and always failing, that would be nice. Good job, Charlie Jones. I'd like to see Charlie Jones do a little bit more this year as a wide receiver, because he wasn't really that great returning, and that's kind of like the whole reason I wanted him on the roster. So like, he's gonna need to step it up as a wide receiver this year, but that's a good start. That's a good start. Traded Kalen Sanders for Luke Fortner. Interesting. Joe Burrow takes a shotgun snap, throws. That's a rough throw to Taj Brooks, but Taj Brooks does a good job of adjusting and getting his hands on that, because if not, that defender could have adjusted and gotten a pick. So I don't know if that was like a little bit of miscommunication, but it looked like a bad throw on Joe's part. Spencer Rattler is the GOAT. Yeah, we'll see about that, Mikey. I mean, I hope for your sake he turns out good. Like, I think the Saints have suffered enough at this point, right? All right, looks like we're just going to take it to the second quarter. All right. The Bengals are trailing 14-7, but they're trying to tie it up here. Hopefully they can actually do that. So yeah, so far it's just been like the Bengals, like, man, our defense is so bad, dude. Like, the offense, don't get me wrong, the offense came out, they had a good first drive and worked out. But I mean, they still, like, it was a longer drive, man. It took them like, almost like a full 5 minutes off the clock to get that done. And the Commanders come out in 4 plays and then get a touchdown. And then on the next drive, they come out in 3 plays and get a touchdown, because nobody can stop anybody. And right now the Bengals are trailing because they had the punt. So, like, I mean, obviously, like, first of all, preseason, whatever. But, like, oh my God. Don't understand. I don't understand the logic. Like, I've been a big Zach Taylor supporter for a long time, but this season, like, I'm out on Zach Taylor if he can't figure the shit out this season, because, like, you've been given ample opportunity. You've been given so many opportunities, and I will say I haven't been happy with the way that the front office has handled this offseason. So I'm not expecting the defense to be amazing. But I mean, Zach's got to get something out of the team this year, man. Like, it can't be the same shit over and over where, like, you're just constantly shit on by the defense. But you're the head coach. You should be able to do something about that. Kind of feel bad for Al Golden if it doesn't work out for Zach Taylor this year, though, because, like, I really think Al Golden could be a decent defensive coordinator. And if things don't work out with Zach, then, I mean, Al Golden's probably gone. Why was the Kalen Sanders trade funny, Mikey? You can explain that one to me. I'm not quite privy as to who Kalen Sanders is. Saunders, okay. I don't even know who Kalen Saunders is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, Luke Fortner. I understand kind of what you're doing there, but I don't know who Kalen Sanders is. Kalen Saunders, however you pronounce his fucking name. It is interesting that we got Noah Fant. You know, that could beef up our offensive firepower a little bit. And then we brought in Dalton Reisner for a workout. And if we can bring in Dalton Reisner, then that can maybe help shore up our offensive line. That could be really good. And in theory, our offense could be extremely high-powered this year. But if we can't stop anybody on defense, then, ugh. All right, shotgun snap for Joe. He's going to throw it high. Ooh, he's got a man. Is that Yoshi? That is. And he's got him down at the 10-yard line. I think he goes down about the 9.5 or so. But that's going to be Yoshi with the Bengals first down. Let's go. Get the ball in the end zone and, yeah. Now, I will say one thing. In the Bengals' defense, they were winning when the starters went off the field against Philadelphia. So they more or less were on pace to beat Philadelphia. Now, that doesn't mean anything because a football game's 60 minutes long, and winning the first half doesn't mean you win the whole game. But I was, it worked out with the starters last week, but that defense got to do something this week for anything to matter. All right, so that's going to be a tackle for, I think, about a yard loss on the play. It's a handoff to Taj Brooks. But there's a flag. I'm guessing it's going to be, it's thrown quickly, so I'm guessing it's going to be on the Bengals, for holding or something. But you never know. Yep, holding. Yep, on the Bengals. All right. Oh, the horse collar. On Demetric Wise Jr. again. That's the second horse collar. Dude, stay away from the horse collar. What are you doing? Okay, never mind. I guess this is horse collar and this is it must be or something. I don't know. I guess I'm interpreting that hand signal wrong. Again, it's preseason for me too, guys. I haven't done one of these in months. So, you're going to have to bear with me a little bit. Traded him to the Jaguars, who played yesterday. Did he play any well for the Jaguars? I do know, obviously Luke Fortner was on the Jaguars, so I assumed, but... All right, shotgun snap for Joe Burrow, first and goal. He throws it up, and that's going to be a touchdown. Was that Charlie Jones? That was. There you go. There you go. That offense is looking pretty good, guys. The offensive line, maybe not the absolute best, but when you got Joe Burrow and you got offensive firepower like we got, like Charlie Jones is probably the worst wide receiver, at least the worst wide receiver who's probably going to make the roster. And he's still pretty good. Right? He I'm not saying he'd be starting on any other team, but, he'd probably be the fourth wide receiver at the very least, or maybe even the third wide receiver on some teams. But he's our guy who we're pretty sure is going to make the roster, but we don't know. All right, Evan McPherson gets the kick up, and the Bengals got this game tied, which is a good thing. Although I'm still about to lose my mind. Because now I have to remember, oh crap, the defense is about to go out on the field. What are we going to do about that? I hate being this cynical. I'm a Bengals fan, right? I want to be cheering about the Bengals. I'm positive about the Bengals, but the way they handle their affairs, it just makes it so hard. It makes it so hard to be optimistic, man. But, I don't know. I really do have optimism about this offense. I think this offense is going to be humming this year. But it could be another situation I remember one year the Phillip Rivers with the Chargers team where their offense was the best offense in the league, and it wasn't even close. But the defense was so bad that they ended up, kind of sounds like last year with the Bengals. But the Chargers defense was so bad that I think they ended up missing the playoffs, and they had the biggest point differential in their favor in all the history of teams who didn't make the playoffs. And I think they were 10-6 or something that year too. So it's they kind of should have made the playoffs, but it was a competitive year in the AFC. I don't know if they would have done much in the playoffs with the way that their team was going, but I'm getting major. I forget what year that was for the Chargers. What year was that? I'm doing my expert Googling. Rivers Chargers Yert, where the point differential was insane and missed the playoffs because I just search keywords these days. It was the 2010 Chargers. Yeah, their offense was ranked. It was the first ranked offense in the NFL. Again, like bar none. But like they were like 10th in. They were like second in the NFL in points for, but they were like 10th in the NFL in points against. And it was okay. They were 9-7. I thought they were 10-6. But yeah. Well, like that's just like the quintessential waste of talent type of season that it feels like the Bengals are headed for this year. Traded him to the Jaguars, who we played. Oh, who you played yesterday? Okay, I see how that's kind of funny then. Okay, played the Jags yesterday, then 8 hours later traded him to the Jags. Oh, it would have been funnier if you traded him before you played the Jaguars. But fair enough. Maybe the Jaguars liked what they saw. I don't know how well he played. All right, so it's going to be a kickoff. It's going to be returned at the 5. Wasn't a very good kickoff, frankly. The kickoff coverage is pretty good, though, so he's going to go down about the 29, which isn't amazing, but for being a not-so-great kickoff, that worked out pretty well. So, all right. Commanders' offense is going back out onto the field, and the question is, I'm sure they're not going to be playing, like, all of their starters at this point. Maybe they will. I don't know. But it is like the middle game of preseason, so it's possible the starters might still be out there. But either way... yeah, we're pretty early in the second quarter. No, that's Josh Johnson. So, nope. All right, well, if it's Josh Johnson, you better fucking stop this defense, man, or this offense. Oh my God, that's first run of the. Oh my God, I think they gave up a first down. Like they hit him in the backfield, and he just falls backwards on his way to a first down. If not, it was like a 9-yard gain, but like almost a first down. Like this defense is pathetic. Like this defense is bad, and we have no depth. Like the defense is bad, and the backups are horrendous. Like, how do you even do that? I don't even understand. It's malpractice, the way the Bengals run this team, and Josh Johnson basically fumbles the snap. Falls on it. He's probably lucky that was a shotgun snap there, but Bengals defense catches a break on that one. So I guess they called it a 9-yard run because now it's third down. So the Bengals are going to get a bit of a lucky break here, and it's basically going to be a reset. So it's 3rd and 9, almost 3rd and 10, more or less. So yeah, basically a reset here. Can you get off the field? This is an interesting situation. Can you get off the field here? Not that we got the starters out there, but like, come on, show me something, man. Got Mumajong Meta showing blitz, and he does. And doesn't get very good penetration back there, though. Josh Johnson finds 83 there for wide open first down. It's like, man, it feels like every time, like this defense finds its way into third down all the time. In like these really favorable situations, and they just can't cover anybody. Like, man, I like DJ Ivy, but what's he doing out there? Like, what are you doing out there, man? Good Lord. It's going to be a short pass, a screen pass from Josh Johnson, and they do an all right job of covering that one. Only give him about 3 or 4 yards. Lux on the tackle. Really no idea what we're doing at this point. Really no idea, y'all. 2nd and 7. Josh Johnson's going to be a delayed handoff, and that just fooled the Bengals because he got a first down out of it. Who's Lux? I think I know the Bengals players, but I don't know who this Lux guy is. I think I'm more interested in looking up who Lux is than actually watching this pathetic defense. All right, 1st and 10, Jaden Daniels in the backfield. He rolls back. He's got all day, no pressure. He throws it over the middle. Well, not quite over the middle, but it's a catch. And is that Doxson? Number 13 who caught the pass. And he's like, he had all day to throw that. And the dude was wide open. Like, It's KJ Osborne. I don't know why I thought I saw Doxson. I don't even think Doxson's on the team anymore. KJ Osborne catching that 9-yard pass, and it's just like where are the defenders if they're not like trying to go after the quarterback or covering somebody? Like, what else is there to do on defense? And there's a short run, but it's not for a first down because of course it is. Braylon Lux. Braylon Lux is a cornerback. And that's about all I can find. That's the only information I can find about this guy. Okay, all right. First and 10, once again, from the 31-yard line. Josh Johnson hands the ball off from the pistol. And hey, there you go. That's a good play. I think that was Mumajong Meta. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was Oren Burks. Getting in the backfield there and getting that tackle for about a half-yard loss, but a tackle for a loss nonetheless. And like, I'll take whatever we can get at this point, man. And I'm actually wrong. They gave him a yard, so fuck me, I guess. I don't know. He played absolutely mediocre. Bengals got that Madden defense. Like, you're not wrong. He got my Madden defense. That's for like whenever I play Madden. Yeah, this is about how well the defense plays whenever I play Madden, that's for sure. Rattler got that clutch gene yesterday. Well, hopefully he can carry that into the season. And that's an interception! There you go. Nice job. That was Tyson Anderson. That was a really good coverage there. Was that not pass interference? Because, I feel like the wide receiver was getting a little blocked there. But whatever. Good heads-up play by Tyson Anderson. And it was a very bad pass thrown by Josh Johnson. But again, I think his wide receiver was out there getting mugged. So, I don't know. NFL games. Yeah, we're going to... Hey, Mikey, I can't ban this guy. Can you ban this guy? I don't know why it won't let me do it. No, we're not gonna put you. You don't get to be on the thing. Can I do it? All right, Mikey got it taken care of. Thanks, Mikey. We're not. I don't need dude. I don't have too many rules. Obviously, everybody has these rules, right? But I don't have too many rules personally. But I don't like no spamming. We're not doing spamming. No spamming and no major personal attacks, right? That's the main thing. Even then, I'm not really gonna be too hardcore about any of the rules. It's if somebody's just being relentless and just they're basically taking over the whole stream, and I can't really get anything done with them. That at that point, you got to get out of here. That's only happened once or twice on this channel. I think the personal attacks are really kind of a big thing for me. Once it starts getting personal, you can be as much of a dick as you want to be about football, but no personal attacks. And then no spamming. So, yeah. I wish I don't know why it doesn't let me do that though. I gotta ask Mikey to do it, which is cool because Mikey, you're pretty on top of it. But I don't know why I can't click on this stuff. Feels like I should be able to click on this stuff. Yesterday's streams I got spammed 6 different times. Yeah, it's because they know they can. It's because they know there's a ton of people watching. So it's if somebody sees their thing for a second, then it's really no skin off their nose. All right, well, the Bengals defense got a turnover, which, again, we're just par for the course from last year, where, if you get a turnover, then the defense gives the offense a bit of a chance, but it's about the only thing the defense can do right is occasionally get turnovers. So, I don't mean to be cynical, because, that was a good play. Give it up to Tyson Anderson. But, yeah. So, okay, all the starters are gone at this point. We got Jake Browning out there, so... Bengals Commanders tied as far as the starters go. All right, it's going to be a handoff to, it's Taj Brooks again. He doesn't really get very good blocking, but he manages to fall forward for about 2 or 3 yards there. So that worked out okay, I guess. Was able to ban them from my end yesterday. All right, well, so the way I see it is the Bengals starters are, I would say the Bengals starters so far this preseason are 1-0-1. because the starters were winning when they went off the field against the Eagles, and then they tied the Commanders. All right, Jake Browning, he's going to throw. That's a nice rollout and throw to Charlie Jones once again. So, hey, there you go. That's why Jake Browning is, I've heard a lot of talk about Desmond Ridder potentially taking over for Jake Browning. Because, those of y'all who aren't from Cincinnati, might not remember that Desmond Ridder is kind of a hero around here because of what he did with UC. But I think, so, Jake Browning is going to have to be really good to stay the fan favorite, All right, it's going to be a handoff to Taj Brooks and very poor offensive line play. Picks up about 3 yards. It looks like, as far as I can tell, it looks to me like Taj Brooks is a pretty decent running back. If he had, halfway decent blocking, he might actually be kind of having a good game, But, he doesn't have a chance back there. And even then, he's still doing pretty okay. Tied yesterday. Did you now? That's always interesting. Ties are a little bit more common in preseason because, nobody really gives a shit. Why would you take a preseason game into overtime? Terrible idea. All right, 2nd and 7, Jake Browning. He's in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Taj Brooks. There's a flag on the play. I'm guessing there's going to be holding here. He stays on his feet, pushing forward, and I didn't even get to see the end of the play because we've got to interview Jaden Daniels. Can't you do, his audio and also show the game? We're here to watch football, not watch Jaden Daniels be interviewed. We can hear Jaden Daniels be interviewed. That might be more interesting, but, either way, it's an illegal shift on the Bengals. Maybe that's why they didn't show the rest of the play, but, me personally, I'm watching to see how the players are doing, not to see what the final score is. So even if there was a penalty, it's still maybe interesting to see how the players play through the rest of the down. I don't know. I just don't want to see Jaden Daniels talking. He was in the game maybe, but Jake Browning, nice throw there to forget his name, Mitchell something. Either way, it's first down. Slant route. 1st and 10. Jake Browning looking pretty good out there so far. Give him credit. I know there's a lot of people in Cincinnati who are hoping that Desmond Ridder can knock him off. Mitchell Tinsley, by the way. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. Well, I know why I keep forgetting his name because I don't know who that guy is. But I know there's a lot of people in Cincinnati hoping that Jake Browning gets knocked off by Desmond Ridder. But personally, I just want the best guy to win. I'm not, I went to UC. UC's my alma mater. One of my 2 alma maters, but I have no, it's not an emotional thing for me. I want the best guy to get the job. All right, nice play there to Charlie Jones. It's a bit of a dig route there to the left and picks up about 6 yards, I want to say. So Jake Browning's being efficient so far, and that's what you really want to see. So far, Jake Browning has actually got a better quarterback rating than Joe Burrow on the day. Hasn't thrown a touchdown, but he has completed all 3 of his passes for 27 yards. So, so far Jake Browning's looking pretty good and consistent. That's what you want to see out of him. Taj Brooks going to get the handoff. I notice they're not giving him a whole lot of opportunity to throw the ball. Nice, and he reverses field and basically creates his own blocking lanes and ends up getting 10 yards. Dude, Taj Brooks, Taj Brooks might make the team if he keeps playing like this, man. What's our running back depth look like? I think Chase Brown obviously is going to be the starter. I think probably we released Zach Moss, right? So I'm guessing Samaje Perine's probably the favorite to be the second guy. And then there's going to be a third guy, and you'd think it'd be Travion Williams, but Taj Brooks looks pretty good. There's Travion Williams right there making a good block. Jake Browning's going to roll it up and throw it deep, and he doesn't connect with Charlie Jones. I think it was out of bounds anyway, but is not able to reel that one in one way or the other. All right. Okay, yeah, Chase Brown, Samaje Perine, Taj Brooks is the projected depth chart right now. And really, there's nobody else competing. Is Travion Williams hurt? Who's number 32? Promise you, it's preseason for me too. coming on here like, oh, this guy's going to be doing play-by-play, doesn't even know who the players are. Like, well, Gary Brightwell apparently is 32. Did Travion Williams, he went like Arizona or something? I think I remember that now that I think about it. Taj Brooks, not really getting a whole lot there. Terrible blocking, but, only a couple of yards. Travion Williams is a return specialist for the Cleveland Browns. You fucking traitor. Fuck you. All right, well, you know what? Looks like he did initially go to the Patriots, but he's at the Browns right now, so whatever. Bengals didn't keep him around, so I guess he's allowed to go wherever. All right, Jake Browning, shotgun snap. He's got no blocking. He's got to roll out right, and does a good job of getting the ball off to Tanner Hudson, who manages to pull a couple of guys trying to tackle him for a first down. So Tanner Hudson having a pretty good game today. Now, a lot of Bengals fans are going to not be able to get out some of the really, really bad plays he had last season out of their heads. A lot of people calling for him to lose his job because of that last year. But, I don't think he's going to make the team this year because we just got so much tight end depth. But he's one of the better undrafted free agents that we've picked up in recent years. So you got to give him credit for that. Taj Brooks getting the handoff and had absolutely zero chance of any kind at all on that play. Gets about a yard, 2 yards. I'm surprised he got even that. Oh, man. 3 minutes left in the second quarter, so this is... I guess is the plan just try to run the clock down and see if you can get points on the board. We are in Commanders territory at this point, so we're in no rush. It's gonna be a fake handoff, and it's gonna be a short pass. Is that Cam Grandy, number 85? I believe that's Cam Grandy. Assuming he's still on the team. Again, I haven't familiarized myself. It is Cam Grandy. Okay. I promise y'all by the season I will have the roster memorized, but there's 90 guys right now, and half of them aren't going to make the roster, so there's a flag on the play. What's the flag? Pending the flag, it's 3rd and 6, but we'll see who it's on. The Bengals appear to be backing up. Or not. Okay, they wave the flag off? I guess they wave the flag off. Okay, whatever. Haven't seen anything out of Jermaine Burton, by the way. Keep hearing all this talk from Jermaine Burton about how he's getting his shit together and how he's taking whatever seriously. And I haven't seen hide nor hair of him. Did he even play against the Eagles? I'm sure he played. No way he didn't play. I just don't remember hearing anything from him. Jake Browning, 3rd and 6. He's in the shotgun formation from the 41-yard line. Be nice if they could at least get a field goal out of this drive. But hey, a first down conversion here would be great. Now that, I believe, is offsides, although it appears to be the Bengals are going to get called for false start. Okay, whatever. It looked to me like the Commanders jumped, but maybe that's because I missed 79 there. Because he's pissed at himself, so I think he knows. So I guess maybe I'm wrong. Andrew Coker, by the way. Offensive tackle out of TCU. Got an interesting looking helmet there. It kind of curves down on the front. All right. Interesting stuff. I believe we're at the 2-minute warning now, so we're going to see how that goes. All right, I was going to look up the Bengals-Eagles. Let's see, Jermaine Burton. He did play. He got 1 catch for 3 yards. 2 targets, so he didn't play much, but he did play, I guess. Okay, well. Has he even been out there today? I don't think I've noticed or seen him once. Now, granted, I got in here pretty late, so maybe he was getting something going on before I got here, but it doesn't look like he did anything. That's not good, dude. Especially after all the talk he did at this offseason of I'm getting everything together, and it's sad that people got to talk about my life, but I'm over here grinding and working hard. You sure? With all your talent, and you can't get but 2 targets in one preseason game, and you haven't been even seen in this one? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It seems like a waste of a 3rd-round pick at this point. But, it's a 3rd-round pick. Whatever. I mean, that sucks. You don't want to waste 3rd-round picks, but, it happens. Yeah. I got people texting me, better sign Trey Hendrickson quickly. Dude, I don't understand what we're doing. I've seen a lot of people I guess contracts just don't mean anything anymore. Trey Hendrickson isn't worth all the money he's asking for it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He's getting older and blah, 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 blah. First of all, shut the fuck up. Second of all, man, who are the Bengals going to replace him with? The thing is, you can talk about, who should have what and who deserves what, but, he's got the Bengals over a barrel. And, the Bengals don't necessarily have to admit that they're over a barrel. They can keep playing like bitches the whole time with it. But they're going to get the results they're going to get. And if you see the defense, the way it's been, I don't see how you come to any conclusion other than you have to immediately call Trey Hendrickson and be like, I so sorry, please come back, we miss you, and give him all the money. Just do whatever you got to do to bring him back, because our defense is completely pathetic without him. Jake Browning with a very odd pass there. It looked like he was looking for Charlie Jones, but couldn't get anywhere near him. It's 4th and 11. And they're way out of field goal range at this point, so no dice, I think. It's just going to be a punt. Maybe they can pin him. Maybe we can get a safety or something. I don't know. Of course, Sean Payton signed Adam Prentice. That does sound like something he would do. To be fair, we should have had more than 1 second. More than 1 second for what? I don't. Speaking of undrafted free agents, that guy Mason Tipton is a dog. I've heard he's been doing pretty good. So, we'll see what happens with him. Nice punt. Oh man. Dejon Anthony kind of got in the way of that one. That one could have probably could have milked at least another 3 or 4 yards out of that one, but well, whatever. That's okay. It was still a really, really good punt there. So, what was that? It's still Ryan Rico, right? Yeah, still Ryan Rico. I didn't know if they signed another punter or something who's competing, but hey, at least our punter's good. At least our punter's good. Even if you sign Trey, is it going to change the defense that much? Yes, Mikey, it will. They'll get pressure on the quarterback. That'll change everything. Is it going to fix the defense? Probably not, but with the other changes they've made, ooh, man, Josh Johnson's firing some terrible passes in this one. That's actually Sam Howell. Is that right? Who that is? Not Josh Johnson, but it looked as bad as it's a Hartman, by the way, not Howell. Dude, I'm telling you, it's preseason for me too. All right, it's going to be a delayed handoff, and the Bengals eat that one up, give them about 4 more yards than they should have, and I think they only gave them 3 yards. But, hey, at least they stopped them. Sam Howell's on the Vikings. That's what I was thinking. I was like, hey, he's not still on there, is he? Hartman something is the quarterback now. Jordan Sanker ran out of bounds with 1 second, but the refs are blind. It's preseason. Okay. Maybe the refs are blind. It's preseason. I've been saying this whole time, it's preseason for me too, because I don't know who half these fucking players are. It's preseason for the refs too. So I guess that kind of sucks for Jordan Sanker, but I think the coaches will understand. And at the end of the day, in preseason, what matters in preseason is making plays, not winning the game. You don't care? Okay. It's nice. I'm telling you, it really is not important. 3rd and 6. Hartman takes a shotgun snap, rolls back. He throws it way too high for his guy. And Bengals defense holds against the third string. So, hey, at least we can beat guys who might not make the roster in the NFL. we're decent at doing that. So isn't that nice? Who is this quarterback? Sam... See, they got Marcus Mariota, and I haven't even seen him. Oh, yeah, Sam Hartman. Okay. First-year quarterback out of Notre Dame. All right, punt is away, and Charlie Jones is going to return that about the 36 or 37. And he makes one guy miss, gets it out to about the 40 before he's taken down. So, Bengals offense is going to be set up in pretty decent field position. They got about 15 yards to cover before they get back to about where they were before the punt. So, hopefully they can kind of regain some of that momentum. Sam Hartman almost got drafted by the Giants because he's hot. Probably. I cannot. I honestly, I cannot, Mikey. We talked about this on the podcast. I cannot give you an idea what the hell John Mara is doing at any given time. Jake Browning gets the ball tipped as he throws and almost intercepted. So, good Lord. And they're calling it a fumble, and now they're just letting him run it back, and they're saying it's a touch. Maybe it's a touchdown. Yeah, they're saying it's a touchdown. I don't fucking know. I didn't think. Let's see. No, that ball's going forward. Like, I mean, yeah, the ball kind of falls out of his hand a little bit. Like, he doesn't have full control over that, but the ball's going. He's clearly making a forward pass. I think he's making a forward pass there. Yeah, and he regains enough control over it. Like, it gets knocked out of his hand, but I don't know. Like, I mean, again, it's preseason, so I'm not sure I care. But if it was the regular season, I'd be saying that that's clearly a forward pass. So, I don't know. We'll see what the refs do with it. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. The dude definitely, like, makes impact on the ball. He definitely makes that, like, that ball definitely, like, comes out, like it definitely gets knocked loose before he starts making a forward pass, but he re-grips the ball. Like, you can see the ball stops moving at one point, and he's doing a forward pass. There we go. I think they reversed the play. So, there we go. That's a good call by the refs. 2nd and 10. All right. 1:19 left to go in the second quarter. Can the Bengals put some points on the board? Can the Bengals put any points on a field goal? Would be something, you know? A field goal would put us ahead at halftime. So that'd be something. Jake Browning takes a shotgun snap, rolling back. He's got immediate pressure, but he throws and he's got a wide open Mitchell something. I keep forgetting his name. I apologize greatly, by the way, to Mitchell Tinsley. If you keep making plays, I won't forget your name, but I've been forgetting your name all night so far. So, sorry, Mitchell Tinsley. Jake Browning, shotgun snap. Got a lot of pressure on him. And he throws, and it's knocked down, and then I think caught eventually by Mitchell Tinsley. So, great effort, at the very least, by him. So, give him credit. I don't. If he did catch it, it's for like 2 or 3 yards. But, you know, it's still a notable play. The very least, you know, made sure it didn't get intercepted. So he's having a good game. I don't think he's gonna make the team, but I haven't even done my roster analysis yet. So like, that'll probably be like, oh, he did catch that. Wow, with one hand too. Woo! Brought that in with one hand. Got it knocked away. Brought that in with one hand. That might have hit the ground, but just barely. Just barely. Even if this were to be reversed, if I'm a Bengals coach, I'm using that and being like, hey, this was cool. You got to secure it a little bit better, but hey, that's pretty cool, you know? Kyle, I have a personal question. My friend keeps talking about ending her life. Is there anything else I can do? I'll I'll talk about that here in a second, Mikey. Not to diminish the importance of that, but Jake Browning throws, gets hit as he throws, tries to hit Tanner Hudson, that gets knocked down. I've dealt with that a few times in my life, Mikey. Best thing you can do is just you can't live their life for them, you know. Like, you be supportive, be as supportive as you can. Make sure you're reaching out to them, letting them know like, hey, I care about you. Stuff. Make sure you know you're strategizing with other people. You know, like, hey, we got to make sure that we keep an eye. Stuff like that. You know, don't But the best thing you can do is be supportive. You know, like you can't force them to do one thing or the other. Just, you know, best you can. You know. That's all you can really do is just be as supportive of a friend as you can. 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap for Joe Burrow. Jake Browning. But, hey, that's a Joe Burrow-like throw to Kendrick Pryor, I believe. I almost said Auden Tate. That shows you how far back in my brain I am at this point. Now, Kendrick Pryor coming down with the... very, very much needed big pass there by Jake Browning. It's accurate. Kendrick Pryor does a good job. Let's see how he plays this. So it was a good route. It was a well-designed route, and it was poor coverage on the Commanders' part. But good pass by Jake Browning. Good decision to recognize it there, and Kendrick Pryor does a good job of making sure he adjusts for it. All right, Browning, he throws, and that's... Oh! Did he catch that? Mitchell Tinsley. Woo! I'm not going to forget his name anymore. Mitchell Tinsley with the Jamar Chase-looking catch there for the touchdown. What are we doing? Oh, he might make the roster, honestly, if he keeps doing... Oh, dude, he extended those arms. For a 18th string wide receiver in preseason week 2... being thrown by Jake Browning. Dude, Jamar Chase was impressed. Like, look at that. Mitchell Tinsley. I ain't gonna forget your name anymore, dude. Woo! What a play. And the Bengals take the lead. All right, well. Hey, I did say, you know, I don't know if I was expecting a lot of excitement out of a Jake Browning-led offense, but I did say the offense is probably going to be pretty good this year. It's the defense I have concerns about. But, hey, we're winning right now. We did force him to punt on the last drive, so ain't nothing. But what a catch by Mitchell Tinsley. And it's not like the most amazing catch of all time anybody's ever made ever, but for a guy named Mitchell Tinsley, it's a pretty damn good catch. For a guy who I didn't even like as big of a Bengals fan as I am, I don't even think I'd heard of before tonight. Like, what a play. Did he even do anything against the Eagles? Y'all got to remember, by the way, I was visiting my sister when the Bengals were playing the Eagles. So, if you're you didn't watch the game, I watched a bit of the game, but I couldn't really focus on the game because I was on vacation with my family and it's preseason and who honestly cares. Yeah, I'm a little behind getting started on the season here, but yeah. I'll look up here in a second. McPherson's has got another kickoff, and it's a better kickoff than the last one, and it at least goes into the end zone. And good coverage. All right, bring him down about the 24-ish yard line. So that was a much better kickoff than the last one. Evan McPherson's been definitely having some inconsistency issues and not looking like the guy who was Money Mac in his rookie season. Hopefully he can improve. All right, so I was going to look up the Bengals-Eagles game, right? I'm going to see if Mitchell Tinsley did anything against them. All right, Hartman's going to roll back, and it's intercepted immediately. A running interception, too. I mean, he got 10 yards before somebody even found him. That was number 49. That's a great play, dude. The Bengals are fucking cooking right now. The whole team. Barrett Carter. Of course, Barrett Carter. As I said before, my favorite player, Barrett Carter. Totally not Googling who Barrett Carter is right now. He's a 4th round pick. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, right. I remember. It's because the Bengals took 2 linebackers, and I was kind of pissed. I was like, why did we take 2 linebackers? But I've been so focused on Demetrius Knight, I forgot about Barrett Carter. But, dude, if Barrett Carter's going to look like that, then, like, I mean, we do need linebacker help. I will say that. Like, we lost Jermaine Pratt, who's, like, one of my favorite Bengals players ever, for ending the playoff drought. I think the relationship was broken, so probably had to go, but I was still upset about that. Jake Browning, he's going to throw it deep on 1st and 10, and he caught, amazing catch by Mitchell Tinsley. Now, was he in bounds? Oh, he was! They're saying touchdown! What is going on with Mitchell Tinsley? Oh, my God, what is that? We got a Mitchell Tinsley, clinic going on tonight. Holy crap, he goes up there like, he's made a Jamar Chase touchdown, and then right afterwards he makes a T. Higgins touchdown. I mean, that's not even T. Higgins, that looked like A.J. Green. Like, that was, he climbed the stairs and came down with the ballerina feet, just like A.J. Green used to do, man. Holy crap, this dude, this Mitchell Tinsley guy, like, what do we, dude, at this point, I mean, we need to see some consistency, obviously, but, like, I am really impressed so far. This Mitchell Tinsley dude. Yeah, okay, he did have 1 catch for 15 yards against the Eagles, so, yeah, he's not nothing for sure. Mitchell Tinsley. Dude, if he keeps making waves like this, I wouldn't be shocked if he made the team at this point. God, in the span of like 20 minutes, I've gone from like, who's this guy? There's no way he makes the team, to apologizing for forgetting his name, to promising I'll never forget his name again, to now speculating that he might actually make the roster after all, in a 20-minute span. Let's see. Apparently he's been a standout in camp too, according to Sports Illustrated. So yeah, I'm gonna say, barring a complete meltdown, he might actually make his way onto the roster. This Mitchell Tinsley guy, man. I'll tell you what. No ESPN before school. That's what his mother told him when the Reggie Bush highlights got in the way of Mitchell Tinsley eating breakfast before attending kindergarten. Okay. That was an interesting way to start an article, I guess. Alright, poor kickoff by Evan McPherson gets returned, and poor coverage lets them return it out to the 35. So that's not great. But, it's okay, because Bengals are currently winning, and I didn't update the score. But Bengals are winning 28-14 right now, so, just bring it home at this point, honestly. This is a bring it home type of scenario. Well, we're in the 3rd quarter, aren't we? Like, I think I completely missed halftime. Oh, no, okay, no, never mind. I'm sorry. We're still in the 2nd quarter. We've got 8 seconds left, so that's part of why probably the special teams is probably taking it easy on that play. 1st and 10 from the 35, so, it's basically Hail Mary or bust at this point. The Commanders do have 2 timeouts, so, no, they're not even going to go for it. It is preseason, so they're just going to kneel on it, take it to halftime. All right, Bengals leading 28-14 at the half. Good to see. I think some of my, I have to readjust some of these things. This appears my, what's it called? This overlay might have migrated over time. So I might have to update the position of some of these. Alright, halftime, that's a good place for it. Quarter 3, yeah, I probably need to bring that down a little bit. Dude, I'm just fat fingering this shit right now. Quarter 4, that one's really high. Bring that down a little bit. There we go. Alright, but it is halftime, and hey, Mikey, we got another bot. Please murder the bot. Please murder the bot. Kill the bot! Kill the bot! It's new season, time for the offense to be elite with wide receiver 1, Mitchell Tinsley. I mean, you're not wrong, Adam. Like, you are wrong, but you're not, like, maybe you shouldn't be wrong. Like Jamar Chase is a dog, but Mitchell Tinsley might be the real deal, you know? No, I'm kidding. No, like Mitchell Tinsley, like, with how well Charlie Jones is playing and how good we already know Yoshi is, and so, I mean, obviously, like, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to make the roster. Yoshi is, I think, clearly the number 3 at this point, and there's not really much competition. Charlie Jones is well liked by the Bengals and has been playing well, so I'd imagine he's probably the number 4. What else are we doing here? Okay, I'm not using ad blocker. I have tried over and over to pause the ad blockers on the site and still act like... Okay, there we go. I think I figured it out. All right, yeah, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Andre Yoshivas. Definitely your top 3 guys there. Jermaine Burton, who knows? I mean, he was the 3rd round pick, so I don't think he gets cut. But, yeah, they got Isaiah Williams here as the number 6 guy. So I think, you know, the 4 spots behind, like, Chase, Higgins, Yoshi, and Charlie Jones, I think, are wide open. And even Charlie Jones' job probably isn't that safe. So, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say Mitchell Tinsley is probably going to make the roster at this point. Because he's better, as far as I can tell, he's better than Kendrick Pryor and Isaiah Williams. He's probably more valuable than Jermaine Burton at this point. It's just we spent a 3rd round pick on Jermaine Burton, so I can't imagine we're going to get rid of him. But yeah, I gotta say, I really do think Mitchell Tinsley is probably going to make the roster at this point. Because, like, you know, I mean, we don't really have a lot of really, like, our wide receiver depth isn't exactly, like, really strong right now. So, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for Mitchell Tinsley to get on the roster here. So I do think barring a surprise, I think Mitchell Tinsley. I'd say at this point, I would probably put. I don't know. I'm really conservative when it comes to gambling. Like, as in, like, I don't put a lot of money down unless I'm really convinced, you know. So, I mean, I don't know if I would put money down, but, like, if you're the gambling type, Mitchell Tinsley making the roster is probably a pretty safe bet at this point. You know, I don't even know what the odds would be. The odds might actually be in your favor, which I think when it comes to gambling is against your favor because then you win less money. Man, I'm sorry, Kyle, for talking about my personal problems, but I can barely focus on the game right now. I'm sorry, man. I get it, Mikey. Like, you know, you talk about whatever you need to talk about. This is, like, you got personal problems, you know, talk about your personal problems. Like, the one thing I ask that you don't do is, like, be a shithead to other people. But if you got, like, some shit going on, then talk about what you need to talk about. Like I said, try to be a supportive friend. You know, that's the best you can do. It's like, unfortunately, these situations are tough because you can't live their life for them. You can't make their decisions for them. But just, you know, try to be as supportive as you can. It's they're going through a tough time, and that's why, you know, tough times are really tough to get through regardless of what your reaction to it is, you know. So the best I've seen so far, the best thing that served me so far is just being the most supportive friend you can be. So I really do hope that that works out for you, though, Mikey. Like, that does suck. I've gone through some. I've never experienced a friend actually going through with that before, but I've definitely had plenty of friends who talked about it and threatened it and stuff like that. So I understand where you're at, and I'm sorry you're going through that, and I'm sorry your friend's going through that. But just, you know, be a good friend to them, and that's the best you can do, you know. So, you know, hopefully that gets better, though. But not to just, like, completely hijack that. Yeah, no problem, bub. Yeah, we're a community here. We're a community here. We support each other. But I mean, this is a Bengals show, so I gotta bring it back to the Bengals. So, who is this Lux guy? I could not figure out who this Lux guy was before. Yeah, I did see it. I looked him up. He was Braylon Lux, cornerback out of Texas Tech, apparently. Now the question is, he's listed, at least on our lads, as the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 9th string cornerback. Behind Jalen Key. Oh, no, he's a safety. Behind Nate Brooks. And Marco Wilson. That's, yikes, honestly. And he hasn't even looked very good either. Told me she's going to keep fighting. Well, I hope so. That's the best you can ask for at this point, you know. People go through a tough time, and it's not really much you can hope for other than that, you know. Yeah, it looks like Ryan Ricow is the only punter on the roster right now. So they didn't even bring it in competition for him. Nor Evan McPherson, who I've heard a lot of rumblings from Bengals fans, not actually rumors from the Bengals themselves, but a lot of rumblings from Bengals fans about how they're getting a little fed up with Evan McPherson and his inconsistency basically since his rookie season. But his job doesn't appear to be in any way, shape, or form in danger right now, so... You know, no, I don't think it should be. I mean, you know, perhaps they should be bringing in a bit of a camp leg to keep him fresh, and then maybe also to like push him a little bit. But you know, I don't know. I'm not the coach, so you know, I couldn't tell you exactly what they need to do. Okay. Yeah, I see that 17-17 tie with the Jaguars. I see that now. Did not watch the game, but could honestly give a shit less about a Saints-Jaguars preseason game. You know, not to shit on your parade, Mikey, but I could probably give a shit less about any of the Saints preseason games, other than like when it comes to that time to talk about them on the podcast. But even then, I'll let you do most of the talking about the preseason games. Like, I'll watch your regular season games, right? But I'm not gonna fuck with the preseason games for the most part. I will say I am a little interested to see what happens with your quarterback battle. I'm not sure how much of a battle it really is because it's not going to be Jake Haener. We all know that, and we're all pretty sure it's going to be Spencer Rattler. But Tyler Shuck is the higher draft pick, so you know. I think the hope, if I'm a Saints fan, you know, obviously the hope is that Tyler Shuck ends up working out. Because you don't want to spend a draft pick on a guy and then he ends up being bad. Oh, a second round pick. I'm sorry, I thought he was a third round pick. Yeah, you want him to be good. Now, I mean, it's year one, so you know you don't need him to be like a baller right away. Andy Dalton was terrible when he first started in Cincinnati. Like his first couple preseason games were awful. I don't care who starts. I just want wins. Look, I respect that you want wins in the preseason. I do. Got a bot here. Can you ban him? But I respect that you want wins in the preseason. But, like, I really don't think winning determines how anybody should honestly feel about about any player in the preseason, if that makes sense. Like Tyler Shuck, I don't think the difference between a tie game and a win in the preseason is going to change my opinion on how good of a quarterback Tyler Shuck is, right? What time are we doing tomorrow? I'm guessing probably around like 9-ish. Might go like 8 depending on how things go, but probably about 9-ish, I would imagine. Not talking about the preseason, I'm talking about regular season games. Oh, yeah, for sure. And obviously, you want to win your regular season games. All 17 of them, if you can. I mean, not, you know... Well, no, yeah, you guys can win all 17. I don't care, because you're not playing us, right? So, yeah, maybe, yeah. You want to win all 17 games, if that's the case. You got Cardinals, 49ers, Seahawks, Bills, Giants, Patriots. Ooh, y'all got a cupcake schedule. Good Lord. Bears. And then the first really tough game is the Buccaneers. And you could argue the 49ers, but like who ever knows with the 49ers? Oh, wait, no, Bills. I don't know why I just like glossed over the Bills like that. Okay, so the Bills. Still a pretty easy schedule. Like the Bills are like the only really scary team in the first half of the whole season. Let's see, Rams, Panthers. Rams might be kind of tough this year. I don't know. Panthers, Falcons. Who ever knows, honestly, with the Dolphins. Buccaneers, Panthers, Jets, Titans, Falcons. Like, man, y'all got a fun schedule. That's why I think we're going 10-7 with an 8-9 floor. I don't agree with that. I think you're going. I think your 8-9's your ceiling. Honestly, I mean, with the easy schedule, I don't think it's gonna be like another 5-12 season. I'm not saying that, but like I don't. I mean, maybe 9-7, maybe not 9-7, 9-8, maybe 9-8. If it's like a really good year, but you got a lot of work to do to convince me that there's really much to be excited about with the Saints this year. I just don't see it personally. I just don't see it personally. And that's not hate, that's just analysis. Got another bot, by the way. Can you knock him out there? Well, I gotta say, it's been, for the Bengals backups, it's been a little bit better than it was for the starters. The backups have kind of gotten the job done, which is nice because they really didn't against the Eagles. But the backups have been doing an okay job today, give them credit. And it's really the starters. The starting defense I am extremely concerned about because they looked awful. They looked awful against the Eagles, too. So, like, I don't even know what the hell we're going to do on defense this year. We might as well start the backups at this rate. That's how bad it is. But, I mean, hey, starting offense looks pretty good. Got to fix that right guard position, but, hey, maybe Dalton Reisner. Maybe Dalton Reisner. Never know. Alright, I'm going to see if I can ban this guy myself. Alright, Evan McPherson's coming out. And it's going to be tackled around the 35-yard line, so not really the best thing going on there, but whatever. Sorry, I gotta delete these messages here. Oh, boy. Alright, so let's see. Nice play there on 1st and 10. They get him in the backfield. I think. I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to remove these bots because people just cannot leave well enough alone. Unbelievable. I mean, like, I get it, but can you not fucking spam like my like? There's one person who's interacted, like 2 people who've interacted in chat so far. Can you not spam my chat? Go spam Tom Grossi's chat, dude. Like, you're at least gonna get like 15 people who see your like link. All right, it's gonna be a throw in the backfield, and the Bengals do a good job of covering that one. They do give him about 4 or 5 yards. So he's going to get back near the original line of scrimmage. But, you know, they're getting the job done here. Hey, what's going on, Mikey? Eventually, I need to get more than just one mod. That way we can have kind of consistent coverage here. 3rd and 12. So they did get him before he got to the original line of scrimmage. So that's good. Hartman's in the backfield here. Can you get off the field? So he's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to be chased down, but cannot get to him, and they're just going to let him run for a first down. And that sucks. That looks like the Bengals' starting defense. Great. Thanks, guys. Fucking annoying. And he was getting held a little bit there, too. You figured out how to stop spamming? Not really. Like, I still need you to take care of it because, like, I can't really, like, do commentary and, like, watch the chat. Like, I did figure out how to do it. Like, if I go to my phone, I can kind of control it from my phone. But I can't really do that and, like, do the game at the same time. So, like, you know, I understand you had to go for a second. I'm not saying you got to be on here 24/7. But that was kind of why I was saying, like, you know, it'd be good to have another mod in here. That way we could have a little bit more coverage. See, like this guy. Like this guy. Can you take care of him? Not Jaden Daniels. Sam Hartman gives the handoff. And there's good defensive coverage there. Good job. Good job. One question I have, Mikey. How do we ban these accounts? Because, like, you know, we've deleted the messages. But I can't figure out how to just, like, straight up ban the account. Like, obviously, ideally, you'd want to ban all of the spammers, which you can't really do that, but it just seems like we're deleting the messages and not, like, kicking the accounts off permanently, which I don't even know if you can do that, but I was trying to do that earlier. I couldn't figure it out. 3rd and 5, and it's a bad pass, and the Bengals are going to get off the field there. All right. That was good coverage, too. Now, I think it would have been a bad pass anyway, but good coverage, so give him credit for that. I think the Commanders are going to have to punt here. Now, they could just go for it because it's preseason and they're behind by 14 points. Might as well. And they are going to go for it. Yep, 4th and 5. And they're kind of in no man's land anyway, so might as well. All right, it's going to be a shotgun snap. Rolling back. He's going to throw it up high. It's wide open. And see, that's the thing. You might as well just go for it on 4th down against the Bengals constantly because that happens all the time. Are we really is it just Lou Anarumo again? Is that what we're doing? I think you have to hide user, which is what I've been doing. I didn't see how to do that. I don't know. I'll look at it more later when I get a chance. Man, completely busted coverage. Like, what are we even doing, defense? Like, don't get me wrong, I know we're winning by 14. I can't complain that much, but boy. There's a flag on the play, and Bengals pull him down for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. There's Gregory, I think, on the tackle, but he seems kind of upset, so I think the flag's going to be against the Bengals. Offsides on the Bengals. There we go. All right. Was it Gregory who was offsides? Was that what happened? Yeah, I'm not expecting you. Just to be clear, Mikey, I'm not expecting you to be on here 24/7. Like, it's not. I'm not paying you. It's not, you know, your responsibility or whatever. You know, I wouldn't, you know, necessarily say that should be expected or anything like that. So I appreciate you doing what you do, and I appreciate the Bengals defense getting a tackle for a loss there, even if only for like half a yard. But, like, hey, can we do that more? Instead of letting them get, like, you know, convert on 4th down when you've been doing a good job otherwise on the drive. Yeah, you're here because you want to. I know, that's what I'm saying. So that's, you know, and I appreciate that. Sam Hartman is going to hand the ball off to the right. And once again, defense covers him, but you got to stop him going forward. So it's going to be 3rd down and, like, maybe even 6 now. And it's like it's the good first 2 downs, but then you got to finish it. So, like, I mean, they can stop them here, but then it is a good chance that the Commanders are just going to, like, go for it. And so you got to stop them 2 more times. Because, like, everybody on the planet knows. They actually gave him a yard. I thought the Bengals got him in the backfield, but I guess I'm wrong. But, like, everybody on the planet knows that you can just go for it on 4th down against the Bengals, and you're probably going to get it. Oh, my God. They got it on 3rd down there. And that was, what's the flag? There is a flag. I'm guessing that's going to be on Lux, though, because, like, he was kind of on top of the wide receiver there. and it was caught. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was gonna be like, maybe we're gonna do holding. Yep, holding. Yeah, he's gonna do holding, and that's the only reason he had to dive for it, because it was holding. Good Lord. Yeah, this Lux guy is not making the team. I can tell you that. That Lux guy, he's not very good. Not seen very good plays out of him at all. Not that I think he was expected to make the roster anyway. You got Dax Hill, DJ Turner, DJ Ivy, Jalen Davis, Cam Taylor, Britt, Josh Newton. Those are probably going to be your 6 guys. Bengals tackle the runner in the backfield there. Guy with a very long last name. Ja'Cory. All right. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. A rookie running back out of Arizona, apparently. Got another guy, Mikey. He caught that? Yeah, he caught that. Pretty good catch. Nothing like Mitchell Tinsley, though. Ooh, nice play. Nice hit in the backfield there. Nice hit in the backfield there by Shaka Hayward. On the screen pass, he just ate that up. Nice play. He was like a heat-seeking missile there. That Krosky Hewitt or whatever Merritt guy didn't have a chance. Nice play. It's 3rd and 13 now. Get him off the field. Hold him to a field goal, because I think they might take a field goal at this point, honestly. They might not. But if you can stop them from getting any yards, they might. Good pass rush, but there's only one guy. Sam Hartman's going to run for it. And, oh my God. They give him 9 yards there, and they're probably going to go for it now because it's 4th and 2. I'd go for it. Good Lord. 4th and 3. Good Lord, defense. And in this case, it was Shaka Hayward. Now, I will say... that was a dangerous looking play there by 24, leading with his shoulder. Marco Wilson, he might get fined for that hit on Sam Hartman. That wasn't very smart, but they didn't get flagged for it, so whatever. 4th and 3, Sam Hartman rolls back, and there's going to be a flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Commanders. So the Bengals get bailed out a little bit there. It's going to be, I think, 3rd and 8. It was Bobby Hart! Oh, we got a Bobby Hart sighting. Oh, Bobby Hart. Oh, all these years later, and he's still a Bengals fan, apparently. The first time I've seen Bobby Hart in years, and Bobby Hart's getting a false start. It's false. That's his name. That's his nickname. False start, Bobby Hart. Oh, okay. Now the Commanders are going to kick a field goal. So Bengals get bailed out on terrible defensive finishing by Bobby Hart. Oh, yeah, this must have been what it felt like for years. Field goal is good, by the way. This must have been what it felt like for years to be any defensive player playing against the Bengals when Bobby Hart was our right tackle, I think? Whatever the case, he was bad. He was very bad at his job. That's false start, Bobby Hart. And I gotta say, man, he's a third string tackle for the Commanders. Why was he starting for us? Good Lord. Who is Bobby Hart? He was I believe he was one of the starting offensive linemen for the Bengals in the Super Bowl. I think. He might have been gone the year before the Super Bowl. I don't remember. He was only through 2020. But Joe Burrow's rookie year, Bobby Hart was part of the offensive line that got Joe Burrow got his knee eviscerated in his rookie season. So Bobby Hart was one of the dumbest, stupidest. I hate Bobby Hart. He's a bad human being. First of all, he's just a piece of shit with some of the shit he says. Like you should look up his Wikipedia page. Let me actually. I'm going to at risk of showing the profile names of some of these people who've been spamming my screen here, but just to show y'all real quick the picture that has been his Wikipedia picture for years. Years. Years, man. Okay, look at that. Look at that. This is the picture that they chose for Bobby Hart. Look at that. Get that guy out of here. Look at it. He's just got the dopiest looking fucking face that he's making. It's the least flattering picture I've ever seen of somebody on a Wikipedia page. So I don't know. It's pretty silly, but yeah, he was a very bad offensive lineman, and the Bengals just kept extending him for like no reason, and it was part of that, like the Bengals, like Bengals fans believing that they just didn't care to actually invest in their offensive line, and Bobby Hart was example number one of this guy who's absolutely awful, but you don't have to pay him $1 billion a year, so they just kept him around, and he was horrendous. He was an absolute. By the end of his tenure here, it was like, hey, he's kind of gotten good enough to the point where he'd be a solid backup option. But he was a starter for years here. He was awful. I hated Bobby Hart. I hated him. I hated him as a. That's violent. Violent. I think they're trying to punch that ball out, but he's not letting them have it on the kick return. But I hated Bobby Hart for years. We got another guy, Mikey. If you could knock him out of there, thank you. Yeah, I hated him for years. He's a bad person. He said some terrible things that I just like I'm not usually a stick to football guy, but when it came to Bobby Hart, I was like, stick to football, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just saying some hateful, dumb stuff. And then he goes out there and he plays like absolute ass and takes no fucking responsibility for any of it. I hated Bobby Hart so much, dude. It warms my heart to see him getting embarrassed in this, preseason game as a third stringer for another team. I hate that guy. Bobby Hart is my arch nemesis. I despise that man. Heard the Browns name their starter Joe Flacco? Yeah, duh. Who the fuck else are they gonna name their starter? Shadur's pretty good, but are you really gonna name Shadur the starter right away when he was such a low draft pick? I think you want to ease. You got the luxury of being able to ease Shadur in, so I think that's the way you take it. Reported them to the YouTube guidelines. I'm sure they're used to it. I don't think it's gonna matter because these people they make they're bots, and it's a pretty good run there by Taj Brooks, by the way, about a 4-yard run. It's gonna be 3rd and 1 after that. But these people they make these bots that just make these they cycle these YouTube accounts that just go all ham. You notice it's a different one every single fucking time, right? And so they just make these endless YouTube accounts. And it's just spam. And they get away with it because, they just make a million accounts, so they don't care if they get banned. They just switch to the next account, Got hurt versus Washington, and now he's on Washington. Did Bobby Hart get hurt versus Washington? I don't think he got hurt versus Washington. Joe Burrow got hurt versus Washington. That's what happened. He also, by the way, to be clear, he's not the one who got Joe Burrow hurt. I believe it was Michael Jordan, offensive guard, who got Joe Burrow hurt. All right, Jake Browning takes a shotgun snap. He's going to have to roll it, throw it quickly because he's got a lot of pressure. But he's got Taj Brooks, and he gets about 6 or 7 yards on that play, so that's pretty good. Got another guy, Mikey. He got Burrow hurt. He sure did get Burrow hurt, but he didn't get Burrow hurt. He was part of a larger problem that constantly kept getting Burrow hurt. But the guy who missed the block was Michael Jordan. That's what happened. It was on Michael Jordan, not on Bobby Hart. I despise Bobby Hart because he sucks. He sucks as a human being. And he was just I don't think I would have hated him as bad if the Bengals had properly moved on from him as quickly as they should have. Jake Browning almost throws a massive interception there, but luckily it's dropped. The guy tried to catch it with one hand, wasn't able to bring it down, but he's a linebacker, so I guess it's not surprising. Bengals get called for holding anyway. Oh, boy. Not great, Bob. Not great, Bob. It's Gary Brightwell, the running back. So, a guy who's not going to make the team. See, at this point, like, I'm not even entirely sure, like, a lot of these plays that are happening are for guys who aren't even going to make the team, so it's like I'm not even entirely sure I care anymore. We're winning 28-17, and all of the players, you know, or at least all of the rotations that matter are out. Obviously, Jake Browning kind of matters a little bit, but he's playing in a rotation that doesn't matter, so... that was a diving catch by Kendrick Pryor, but I think they're saying it was... I think they're waving that off. Got Trey Hendrickson on the sideline there. And he's just dressed up in street clothes. And, you know, good to see him out there supporting the team. A lot of people out there trying to trash Trey Hendrickson because he's not, like, signing with the Bengals. No, not the GOAT Michael Jordan. The shitbag Michael Jordan. Fix the scoreboard? Yeah, hold on. Thanks, Mikey. I'd say it's preseason for me, too. But I think in this case, we all know I'm not very good at that either. Jake Browning, shotgun snap. He shakes off a tackle. Nice. And he's going to roll out to his right. He's going to throw it. And it's caught. That was a Joe Burrow-like play, man. And I don't think he's quite going to get the first down, though. Williams there. I think he's going to be about a yard short. But they might go for it just for the hell of it. I say go for it at this point. What is it, third quarter? Yes, third quarter. 4th and 1. I say go for it. After that big play... You know, especially in the preseason, take advantage of the momentum. No, that's not a catch. Better go ahead and snap the ball now, because that's not a catch. That hit the ground. Yep, that's being challenged. Ron Rivera being a dick, challenging it in the preseason. Give the guy his catch, man. Dick. Whatever. Whatever. It's Jake Browning. You don't expect Jake Browning to complete passes like that. So, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, that is a good challenge, though. It's going to be called back. You know, Ron Rivera. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck. Dan Quinn, right? I don't know why I said Ron Rivera's. I know, Mikey. I know. Again, preseason for me too. Okay, I haven't really been like I've been keeping up with football, but I don't have this shit memorized like I normally do during the season. So, thanks for catching that guy quick. Dan Quinn. But that's definitely that catch is being called back. That was a really nice. What a shame too, because that could have been a great play by Jake Browning, but just not quite there. I'm sitting here drinking coffee, but honestly, for this fucking team, I'm probably gonna need like whiskey. Or heroin. Honestly. My spidey senses were tingling for bots. What are those, your bots? Your bot senses? Your douchebag senses? No, because that would mean that you're the douchebag, so I guess not. So how's my prediction playing out? I predicted pain, and... I mean, I guess you could probably say that prediction's wrong. Like, I mean, maybe not entirely, because, like, I mean, that defense definitely causes me pain and strife and mental anguish. So I guess in a way I got that right. But, I mean, overall, the team looks all right. You know, the offense looks good. The backups look good. The defense, the starting defense in particular, needs a lot of work. Nobody's really gotten hurt, so I guess maybe it wasn't the most painful game of all time. Knock on wood, because obviously it's still the third quarter. But hello, Jim. How you doing? I'll trade you Jake Haener for a bag of chips. No. I'll be honest with you. I kind of like if not Jake Browning, I kind of like Desmond Ridder. You know. So, I don't know what the hell I need Jake Haener for. Ooh, that was a good tackle there on the punt. So, hey, the punt team's good. They'll need it. Made about 9 new videos since April, mostly sports related. There you go. Everybody go check out Jim's channel. He's got good content on there. You know, he's got a variety of content, but looks like he's put out a lot of sports content too. So go check his channel out. Saints are a joke. I don't know about a joke, but as I said before, I think for me their ceiling, their absolute best case scenario, which I guess would be their ceiling, is like 9-8. I said 8-9, but I'll probably give them 9-8 for a ceiling. All right, and that was a horrendous tackle attempt, but at least Shaka Haywood's there to like escort him out of bounds afterwards. So gonna be about a 2 or 3 yard pickup. Shut your mouth. I missed y'all's banter. Sure did. Give us Joe Burrow for Jake Henry. I'm not even gonna respond to that, Mikey. Thought you would think the Bengals would win a preseason game. Well, they're winning now. They are indeed winning a preseason game right now. So they didn't beat the Eagles, but that was not the starting offense's fault. I'm saying that, but that backup defense playing like shit right now. Hey, look, Joe Burrow. Let's talk to him. Let's interview him, and not see football, which is currently happening on the screen behind Joe Burrow right now. There we go. Okay, we're switching over. All right, I think Josh Johnson's back on the field. Wonder if Sam Hartman got hurt or something, because like they went to Josh Johnson, then they went to Sam Hartman, now they're back to Josh Johnson. I can dream. Oh, the Joe Burrow for Jake Haener. Well, you can dream if you want, but like, I think if you get Joe Burrow for Jake Haener in a dream, I think that's your indication that you're in a dream and you can start lucid dreaming. Because that's kind of ridiculous. Should chat with other Aints fans. Well, if you bring them here, bring all the Saints fans here, Mikey. Why the hell not? 2nd and 8. And that was a nice diving catch there by 16. Pass from Josh. Not the best pass from Josh Johnson, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be a first down catch anyway. They're not really showing on the... I'm not really showing on the board. I'm pretty sure it's 3rd and 1. Okay. So they're saying it was a catch, but they're saying it wasn't for a first down? Huh. All right, it's going to be a run up the middle, and of course he gets it. Of course he gets it. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you? You should talk with those cold-ass Vikings fans. Dude, I'd love to be in Minnesota's weather. You know? Like... But, I mean, honestly, I'd imagine it's probably pretty hot there in Minnesota, too. Like, maybe not as hot as it is here. Well, I guess I could solve this right now. Like, right now, at 10:17 p.m., it is... Oh, it's only 78 degrees right now. Wow, okay. It, like just a couple hours ago, it was 89, but I guess, you know, it is pretty late now, to be fair. But it was 89 not too long ago. Okay, so what is it in, Minneapolis, right? Minneapolis right now is the exact same temperature, actually. It's 74 right now. No, okay. We're 78. It's 74 there. So they're like about 4 degrees cooler than us. So I would imagine like earlier in the week or earlier in the day, it was like, probably mid-80s. Looks like it's supposed to be tomorrow is a high of 85 in Minneapolis. And I don't know what it is here. Is that another interception? No, it's dropped. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's very sad. For us tomorrow, the high is 90. Oh, no, 91. The high today was 91. Good Lord. I hate it here. It is supposed to cool off after tomorrow, though. 79 on Wednesday, that'll be a nice day. 80, 84, 86, and it's climbing, but then it's 82 on Sunday, so I don't know. This is not a weather show, by the way. Ooh, there you go. Oh, that was really good coverage there by I forget his name, Braylon Lux. So I've been trashing him all night, but like give him credit. That was a great play by him right there. Give him credit. I know he ain't gonna make the team, but maybe he can put that on his highlight reel. Enjoy your 4-win season. At least his Bengals can reach another AFC Championship game. Not with this defense, Jim. Not with this defense. How many Super Bowls have you won, Jim? We have more rings, buddy. No, you don't, Mikey. You have a ring. That's not more rings. That's more ring. Like yeah, you won a Super Bowl, and I'll give you credit for winning that Super Bowl. But like, you can't say rings. It's ring. One in 2009, which we didn't ever. We don't have any, so I can't talk too much about that. But you know, you like to bring up that one ring y'all won, like almost 30 years ago, a lot. Not almost 30 years ago, almost 20 years ago. Like when the Saints won a Super Bowl when I was like a sophomore in high school, I think. That's why Vikings fans listen to their music so loud. What's wrong with listening to music? I listen to my music loud. What? You've got some like odd insults here tonight, Mikey. Like you're saying, oh, they're cold and they listen to their music loud. Like that sounds like heaven to me, dude. Maybe I should be a Vikings fan. Hey Jim, y'all got some room on that Vikings bandwagon? Maybe I should be a Vikings fan if they listen to music loud and are cold. That sounds like heaven to me. Saints never won it. They cheated in that playoff run. Oh, it's getting spicy here. I mean, I don't know if. Here's the thing. I don't know. Was Bountygate cheating? Like, I mean, obviously it's poor ethical behavior for sure. But was Bountygate cheating? Does that count as cheating? I don't know if that counts as cheating. I only argue with fellas with at least one ring. That's some big talk for a team that's got one ring. Like, I mean, again, my team doesn't have one ring, so I'm not saying that my team can necessarily talk any more than the Saints can. But like, you're awful cocky for a Saints fan, Mikey. Has Brett Favre found his head yet after we ripped it off? Woo! Woo! Now, okay, I'll give you that one. I'll get that. That was a good comeback, Mikey. I'll give you that one. Got another one here. I missed you guys. I missed you, Jim and Mikey. Had too much of Mikey being on the podcast and Jim talking shit in the podcast, and not enough of y'all both being in the chat. Diggs winning touchdown beat your ain'ts. I missed it too, Mikey. I missed it too. I'm not saying we should do less podcasts. I'm saying I should stream more and y'all should be in my chat more. I do have some plans for content I'm going to put out this season. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to try to do videos, like video videos, not just live stream content, but we'll see. I did just I am working quite a bit now, I will say that, but I don't have school anymore, so it's all working. But I'm also going to be working like probably 50 hours a week total, so that's something. But I don't have to stretch the creative side of my brain, so that's something. 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard run, and they are pinned back. Things cheated Bountygate. Is Bountygate cheating though? Like, that's my question. Like, was Bountygate cheating? Like, it's unethical for sure. And you could argue it's bad, and like you say a lot about Bountygate, but was Bountygate really cheating? Like, unethical. Call them out for it. Say the Saints shouldn't have been doing that, and say like you're putting a bad name on football for like intentionally targeting players, and you're breaking the unspoken code. But is it cheating? We won the Super Bowl after winning. Y'all won and then got beat the hell down by a backup quarterback. I guess. Versus Cardinals and Kurt Warner, same deal. Kurt Warner can cry. Okay, I'm lost at this point. I am a little lost at this point. Like, I mean, I know the, Vikings and Kurt Warner and all. I get that part. I'm so sad that, like, I really wanted to see Kurt Warner win a Super Bowl ring with the Cardinals. Not just because they were playing against the Steelers. Like, it wasn't just because of that. But, like, I don't know. Like, Kurt Warner was one of my favorite quarterbacks when I was growing up. Like, I just thought that guy was so fucking cool. Like, the way he kind of came up and everything. And then obviously he won with the Rams. Couldn't get it together again to win it again. With the Rams. Ended up on the Cardinals. Almost won a second ring. I would have loved to see him do it with the Cardinals, man. But couldn't get it done. And then he went to the Giants, and it was just... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He was actually he was with the Giants in between the Rams and the Cardinals, right? I beat the Bengals 7-3 in Madden with the Steelers in Madden earlier. Okay, so hold on, Mikey. You beat the Bengals 7-3. How the fuck did you A, only score 7 points against the Bengals? B, hold the Bengals to 3 points? Like, were you playing on rookie mode? And then if you were, how did you only score 7 points against the Bengals defense? Like, come on. Like, come on. Should be every Bengals game should be like, among the record for the highest scoring games of all time. Until Aints get TP. Super Bowl without cheating, you cannot brag, Mikey. I rest my case. I just don't know if it's cheating. I mean, again, you can call it a lot of things. I just don't know if you can call it cheating. No All-Pro. Okay. We're in the fourth quarter now, by the way, so I got to update that. See, I can be on top of it sometimes. 28-17. 1st and 10. Looks like Desmond Ritter's looking like he's going to go in the game here soon, so that'd be pretty cool. Bengals got the ball at the 17 or 18-yard line, something like that. 1st and 10. Let's see if we can... let's put some more points on the board. Jake Browning, he rolls back, throws it up. That's too far. Way too far. My guy tried to stretch out and catch that, and they had no chance. That was Jordan Moore, the rookie wide receiver from Duke, trying to connect with, and there was just not any chance at all there of either of them catching it. That was closer to either of those guys having pass interference, honestly. But because it was uncatchable, you can't really call it. I rest my case with this 0-4. God, we're close to having that be a possibility. Depressingly enough. All right, hey, there's a connection there with Kendrick Pryor for about a 5-yard gain. What have the Aints done? Choke, 8 times over. What? They won a Super Bowl. Like, I mean, like I was complaining to Mikey earlier about, like, or not complaining, but I was calling Mikey out earlier for, like, you got one Super Bowl and you're acting like hot shit. But they did win one Super Bowl, Jim. Choked versus Atlanta years ago. They're still given 4 opportunities and still couldn't win. And then, we all know about Atlanta. Jake Browning throws, got Tanner Hudson, who was having a really good game, catches that through contact and manages to hold on and stretch his arm out for the first down catch. Got to give Tanner Hudson credit, man. He is a preseason warrior. Now, if only he could not fumble in the regular season. Yeah, it's such a shame, man, because like Tanner Hudson has been such a fan favorite in Cincinnati because of his preseason performances, and he's made some impact in the regular season. But like fans will never forget that he basically lost us that game against the Patriots, which ended up being the difference between us going to the Super Bowl because of that fumble. All right, going to be a handoff and a nice run there through poor blocking, but Kendall Milton gets a nice little run there. for about 9 yards. Okay, maybe not poor blocking, but definitely not the best blocking. Point being, it's a good job by Kendall Milton. That was a play created by Kendall Milton's force of will, and some okay blocking. We'll give him okay blocking on that one. All right, give me another handoff to Kendall Milton, who does get the first down that time, and about a yard or two extra. 1st and 10 now. 12-11 left to go in the fourth quarter. 07, 06, 05, 04, 03, 02, 01, 12. And that is for anybody who wants to sync up the broadcast with my commentary, which completely useless in the preseason because, as you can tell, I'm not doing a very good job today. But even then, I don't know why you'd want to do that, why you'd bother in the preseason. But, it's also so I can get in the habit for the regular season. All right, it's going to be another handoff for Milton, and this time he goes nowhere. I think the Commanders sniffed that one out at this point. Testament invited me to my channel, Testament Legions. I don't even really listen to Testament. I don't know why Testament's inviting me to their, am I a top fan of Testament? I don't think I am. It's an okay band. I'm not anti-Testament. I just can't say it's a band I'm really super into. Wish there was a good defensive end on the market we could sign. Yeah, me too, Aaron. This is my buddy Aaron texting the group chat, by the way. 2nd and 9. Ooh, nice route there. Nice route there, and nice way to find him. That's Cole Burgess on, I think, the short slant. But, very good series of plays right there. Jake Browning found him. And are we going to get to see Desmond Ridder? Dude, I like Jake Browning, but I do think we should probably see some Desmond Ridder, too. I missed football. I have been both looking forward to and dreading the season this year, Mikey. Because the Bengals this offseason's been something else. Jake Browning's going to hand the ball off to Milton, who does not get anywhere there, and he's going to be stopped. It's going to be 4th and 1. So, do you go for it? I don't see why not. You got an 11-point lead. It's the fourth quarter. You've been having a decent drive so far. I wouldn't hand it off to Kendall Milton again. And nothing against Kendall Milton, but I think that's because that's what they're expecting at this point. Maybe you could throw a screen pass to him. A screen pass to Kendall Milton might work out here. I don't know if they might just punt it, though, just to get the punter some, coffin corner workout or something. Really, you could go either way here. In the regular season, obviously, punt is the move. But in the preseason, maybe just go for it, honestly. Try out whatever plays you got in your back pocket. Or put together some plays for your back pocket. Test out what you got, see what you got. Have about 9 new videos on my channel since April. Enough trash talk between us, Mikey. Yep. Go check them out. I'll have some videos coming on my channel here before too long. Still got to reach out to my guys about potentially putting some stuff together. But I will be putting out some content. And hopefully it'll be more consistent than it's been because I don't have school anymore. I'm done with school. I'm working now. I've been working this whole time, but I'm really kind of consistently working. I'm going for. There's a job that I'm going for, and it sounds like they're interested, but I don't really know. There's a lot of roadblocks going on with that right now, so we'll see what comes of that. But even if I don't get that job, I've got enough going on right now that I'll be good. So I don't really, need to put a lot of emphasis and a lot of focus on a lot of other things right now. It's going to be a tush push, and I think the Bengals got it, by the way. 4th and 1, so that's a good move. It's a good move. And that's really that's what you do, right? Because it's the preseason. It's a 4th and 1, 4th and short opportunity. Might as well go for it, and it's your opportunity to practice a real life tush push situation. So that's a pretty good idea. Missed playoff in 3 of 5 years with Joe Burrow. Kind of. I don't know if that's entirely fair, because like 2 of those years he was hurt. So it's gonna be a handoff. Is that Taj Brooks again? No, that's still Kendall Milton. Okay, I think we're done with Taj Brooks for the night. Taj Brooks looking pretty good though. I think Taj Brooks probably gonna get that last running back spot. Yeah, he's 25. Milton's 36. So, yeah. Kyle's team can reach another AFC Championship game. They can if they get their heads out of their ass. We'll see. Ravens, Bills, Chiefs. I still cannot eliminate them though. Yeah, it's the same situation every year, Jim. Like that's Ravens, Bills, Chiefs. Those are the teams that are going to be competing. And if the Bengals can get their shit together, it'll be them. But how often are they going to do that? Jake Browning shotgun snap. He's going to throw it up deep. And, goes up high, but it's bobbled and dropped out of bounds. Unfortunately, Kendrick Pryor could not bring that one down, but I don't think it was the best pass anyway. Honestly, I'm kind of happy he didn't get intercepted. Good for him. Well, look, Mikey, we're all just having fun here. We're all having fun. All right. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. You're about in field goal range, sort of here. All right. It's a nice little sidestep there by Kendall Milton. He keeps his momentum moving. I think he carried himself over the first down marker there. Kept pushing with his back legs, and they did give it to him. It's going to be 1st and 10. Good job. Kendall Milton's looking pretty good. I don't think he's going to make the team, but he might be the first practice squad guy off the bench. But I do think Taj Brooks looks like the guy to be behind Chase Brown and P. Ryan right now. All right, Jake Browning shotgun snap, rolls back, throws. Ooh, man, he got Mays, and Mays just Jamoy Mays. Rookie from UC, apparently, but he should have caught that, dude. Like, I mean, that wasn't the easiest catch of all time, but, like, you get your hands on it like that. He got both hands on it, like, right in front of him. Like, that could have been a really cool catch, and it was just a lame drop. All right, Jake Browning throws, caught. He's got number 12 there. Be about a 6-yard pickup. Rashad Owens, rookie from Oklahoma State. Let's see. Jamoy Mays. Any interesting news about him? Nope. Not really. Desmond Ridder, I guess, threw a 48-yard touchdown to him. When was that? That was against the Eagles. Huh, interesting. Kind of wish I would have seen that. Missed that part of the game. Yeah, I want to see, next drive, I want to see Desmond Ridder get in there. I like Jake Browning, but I think Desmond Ridder has got a little something that maybe we should explore a little bit more. I don't know. Be a flag on the play, false start on the Bengals, pushing back. I have more comments, Kyle. Well, then, say them, Jim. Go ahead. Whatever you want to say, go ahead. Who will be quarterback 2? Probably Jake Browning, Jeff. I think Desmond Ridder, though, should get more of a shot than he seems to be getting right now. Like, it looks like they're treating him like a camp arm, which I guess fair enough, but I think Desmond Ridder, like, should at least get a shot. We got another false start. Good Lord. On Tanner Hudson this time. Gonna go for the O? You do that, Mikey. I don't think I've had to go to the bathroom this whole stream. Now, granted, I missed basically the whole first quarter, but like I said, it's preseason for me too. I will be more on top of it next week, and then the following week after that's the season. Desmond Ridder is ass as a starter maybe, but like he looked pretty good for the Bengals as a backup. Like, I mean, that one touchdown pass, I saw the highlight just now, and Jake Browning goes down, and oh my God. It's going to be like 4th and like 25, and they're way out of field goal range now, dude. What a wasted opportunity, man. That's awful. That's just awful. Good Lord. Pathetic. Who got destroyed on that play? 74, huh? Who's that? Cut him now. Immediately. Don't even bother. Jalen Rivers. Wow, really? Damn. He's been doing pretty good. Okay, I guess don't cut Jalen Rivers immediately, but that was a really bad play right there. That was a very depressing-looking play right there. Jalen Rivers is a guy who you're kind of hoping comes through as like one of those like depth guys who can kind of matter a little bit. Andrew Coker was the other guy who was involved on that play, but he looked like he was doing an okay job blocking, so that was really mainly Jalen Rivers' fault on that sack. He's only going to be number 2, so I don't know if he's that bad. Yeah, I mean, like, Desmond Ridder, he's going to be a backup, dude. Jake Browning should be QB2. Honestly, like, look, Mikey, you're being biased because you hate guys who play for the Falcons, and that's fair enough. But, like, here in Cincinnati, we don't think of Desmond Ridder as a Falcons guy. We think of him as a UC guy. So we're going to give him a chance. Now, I will say, though, it is true that I think Jake Browning has looked mostly pretty decent. Like, you know, he's obviously had some pressure on him today, but, you know, quarterback rating over the course of the day of 108.6. Desmond Ridder had a really good pass yesterday, so, I mean, it's possible that, like, in an emergency third quarterback situation, we might keep Desmond Ridder around for that. But you're probably right that Jake Browning is going to be the backup unless we get a trade for him. But I'd love to see Desmond Ridder get a shot. You can take Ridder off the fail cants, but you can't take the fail cants out of Ridder. I don't agree with that. I don't think. Okay, let me be absolutely clear here. Desmond Ridder should never have been the designated answer there in Atlanta. Like he was never. I don't know why people were talking about him being a second round pick. I always thought that was weird. He's not a guy that you should really be entrusting your franchise's future with. That was kind of a dumb move by the Falcons, but I think Desmond Ridder also wasn't really like supported very well with the Falcons either. I mean, we've talked endlessly about how bad of a coach Raheem Morris is, right? So I don't know. I think Desmond Ridder is a little bit better than what you saw in Atlanta. But again, I'm not advocating for him to get a starting position. I'm just saying, like, I'd like to see him get a little bit more competition for the backup quarterback position with the Bengals. But it doesn't really appear to be on the table right now because Jake Browning's getting basically all the snaps. He wasn't there with Raheem Morris? Oh, was he? I swear I thought, like, at the end he was there with Raheem Morris. I could be wrong. Was it just Dan Quinn then? Because I know he was on the Raiders for a little bit, right? That's probably, yeah. Not Dan Quinn. Who am I thinking of? No, yeah, Dan Quinn. Yeah. No, not Dan Quinn. Who am I thinking of? Arthur Smith. There it is. There it is. Arthur Smith. Well, that's even worse. I think Arthur Smith was a worse head coach than Raheem Morris. Like, Arthur Smith sucks. Like, let's just be honest. Arthur Smith is bad and dumb. Kind of like that pass there from Hartman. That was a bad and dumb pass. But, like, Arthur Smith sucks, dude. And, like, when the Steelers hired him, I was like, yes! Because he's going to be bad there, too. Do we owe him Ridder money if we cut him? No. Why would we? We didn't guarantee Desmond Ridder any money. Why would we do that? Smith is a watermelon cheeseburger. If that means he's bad, then sure, I guess. Kind of like our defense. Although there is a flag on the play. Hopefully it's on the Commanders. Commanders. Yeah, come on. Commanders. Get a flag. In the fourth quarter of a preseason game. Yeah. Come on. Flag on the Commanders, even though it's probably on the Bengals. It is on the Commanders, though. Let's go. And it's on Bobby Hart. Let's go. The more pain we can cause Bobby Hart, the better. I hate that guy. Have I told you guys how much I hate that guy, Bobby Hart? Just really don't. He's a bad person, bad human being, and also a bad football player. So, yeah, fuck Bobby Hart. Every time something bad happens to him, I smile a little bit. All right, Hartman, 3rd and 16. He's going to roll back, and he's got a lot of pressure on him, and he's going to get hit in the end zone. He does get the pass off, though, but does not complete it, so it's 4th and 16. They're going to have to punt. And I think we can safely say the Bengals are probably going to come away with the win in this one. I mean, there's 4:51 left to go. Obviously, anything could happen, but I'd say at this point we're approaching miracle territory. And it is preseason, though, but I don't see, the Commanders' coaching staff really pulling out all the stops to try to have the improbable comeback in this one. I could be wrong, though. 4th and 16. That's good old false start Bobby Hart. The absolute garbage pile that he is. I mean, he's not like, don't get me wrong, he's not like a, he's not like a criminal or a domestic abuser or anything. Like, we've had some real turd buckets come through Cincinnati. Like one of my favorite wide receivers in Bengals history, just because I happened to be growing up, like I happened to be a little kid when he was on the team, and also he wasn't Carl Pickens. But like Darnay Scott, I loved Darnay Scott when I was a kid. And then he, grows up and, I grew up, and he gets older and he's like getting arrested for like drunk driving all the time and shit like that. So, and that's not even like, there's been a lot of guys worse than Darnay Scott. I'm just saying, like, Bobby Hart was just a person who has some really, let's say opinions that I think are better kept to yourself. But I hate him. I hate him as a human being. He makes the Bengals look bad both on and off the field. And not from like a criminal standpoint, from like a being a bad person standpoint, The Commanders' backups played awful last week. Well, they're not playing so great right now. Is he like a Jackson Carman? No. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so Jackson Carman might actually be a genuinely bad person. So I don't want to sit here and say like Bobby Hart is like a alleged child abuser in certain contexts that I don't want to say on YouTube. But I don't know if anything of that was ever proven, but there's a lot of questionable stuff going on with Jackson Carman. So no, I don't want to say Bobby Hart's just a asshole who's just he's a piece of shit who says piece of shit things that just are better left like you don't have to talk like that, man. Like why do you got to be an idiot? But whatever. I want to make it absolutely clear when I'm saying Bobby Hart's a bad person. I mean he's said some things that I think are really shitty. But he hasn't actually done anything criminal or like he hasn't taken any actions as far as I can see that are like harming anybody. So I'm mostly talking shit when I'm talking about Bobby Hart. Like, I don't like him as a person, but he's also not like actually a genuinely like bad person who should go to jail or anything like that. I just don't like him. I won't be, hey, we got Desmond Ridder in the game. Let's go. And he's going to hand the ball off. Okay. And that goes as a 5-yard loss. Okay. Oh, that's that Desmond Ridder magic right there. Mikey continues to amaze me with how many players he knows. Oh, well. I mean, honestly, like, when I was his age, I was, I knew all the players like that too. Like, I mean, I've been taking a major break from like being as on top of football the last couple of years, mainly because of school. But I imagine now that now that I'm out of school and I can kind of I'm kind of readjusting to focusing on life and stuff like that. I'd imagine I'm probably going to get back to being kind of like that, where I know like half of the random ass football players, you would not know from watching this particular broadcast, but we'll probably get there. You got that football IQ, Mikey. That's for sure. Except some of the some of the incorrect opinions you have about whether penalties should be reviewed or not, but like every fucking time. 3rd and 13, Desmond Ritter's actually going to throw the ball this time, and he's got a man. It's a short pass, though. I don't really know entirely why he was throwing it there. I didn't see the rest of the field, but like, was that really the best option you had? I don't know. Not the best throw there not the best decision there by Desmond Ridder. I don't really know what he was doing there. Like, why he was throwing to a curl route for Rashad Owens there. They got Evan McPherson coming out on the field to try for a very long field goal. I don't know how long this one is. Pretty long, though. Pretty long. Like, I'm going to say probably about, like, in the 60-yard range. Like, probably, like, 56, 57 yards, I'm guessing. You shut your damn mouth. We need to review PI. No, we don't, Mikey. Not every goddamn time we don't. I mean, maybe we can do it for, like, game-changing plays at the end of the game, but not for every damn play we don't. I will put your comment up, though. But we don't actually need to do that, Mikey. Like, again, maybe we can do that for, like, critical plays at the end of games, but not like... I know it was one time, but, like, but the result of what happened was the refs had to review every single PI that happened in the entire game going forward. And that was the stupidest, most annoying rule that turned football into, like, a baseball type of thing. Like the games were getting so slow. And, like, yeah, it sucks when refs miss the calls. But what we need to do is we need to focus on making the refs better, not just reviewing more calls. Because they're going to get the reviews wrong, too. I didn't say it's your fault. I'm saying you're advocating for something that was bad, is what I'm saying. 4th and 5, kick is up, and I think he's got that one. There you go. All right. That was a 54-yard field goal attempt, so a little bit shorter than I thought, but, he pretty cleanly hit that 54-yarder, so that's a good thing. What do you think of the virtual measurements? Computers are good, right? I mean, we should probably leave stuff like that to the computers and not the refs. Like, we should probably leave more things to computers and not refs, to be honest with you. Because the refs are so bad. Like, if it's like, oh, you don't want to, we should probably, like, get to a point where we're using AI to do the rules instead of the refs. Because the refs suck and refuse to get better. So it's just like, people are like, oh, AI is going to take everybody's jobs. But I think the refs deserve to have their jobs taken. Because, like, they're so arrogant about never actually getting better. Like, and they know they don't have to because the NFL is not going to do shit about it. Gotta go make a video real quick. All right, Mikey. Like, PI calls. Yeah, dude, if we could have, like, AI and, like, automatically, like, whatever, like, the virtual AI taking care of PI calls, I'd be okay with that. I'm just saying, I don't want the game to be constantly slowed down because we're, stopping the game to review every damn time PI is called. But maybe we can take it out of the refs' hands. I'd be totally willing to say, yes, let's do that. Now, at the same time, we also all know that AI is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So you're still going to get bad calls with AI. But I also think, like, with the amount of technology we have, maybe we can stop employing referees because the referees are bad. And we can still have, like, dudes out there. We can still have the referees. It's just not their job to call penalties and like, calls anymore. They can be out there, like, coordinating the game, like air traffic controllers and stuff. Take the stuff that they're bad at out of their hands, and they can still have jobs. Like there's still plenty of things that refs do that aren't like making individual calls. You just take the calls out of their hands because they're bad at it. Like functionally, fundamentally, they're bad at them, and nobody likes them. Nobody. Even I think secretly Roger Goodell hates them too. He just can't do anything about it, which is crazy because he can do a lot about a lot. All right, 31-17, Bengals leading with 3 minutes left in the game. 3:06 technically, and that kickoff. That's a good kickoff. It's bobbled, and he catches it and kneels on it, and there was no danger there. But point being, pretty good play. So. I think we can go ahead and say the Bengals are probably going to win this one. But again, preseason. Who really cares? Oh, that's right. I forgot the Cowboys hired Brian Schottenheimer. That's going to be an interesting experiment there. Probably better than Mike McCarthy, though. Right? Got to be better than Mike McCarthy. I've never understood why he was always been such a hot head coaching candidate. He's like, oh, we won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Well, wow, cool. The fact that he only won one with Aaron Rodgers should be enough to show you that there's a problem there. All right, nice tackle there by Brooks. There's a flag on the play too that I believe holding on the Commanders. Nate Brooks, cornerback, on the out-of-bounds tackle there. And the holding call. So, good play there by the defense. Now, we're talking about, again, mostly comprised of guys who very well might not make the roster. Great play there. They tackle in the backfield for a 1-yard loss against Commanders players who certainly won't be making the roster, but... yeah, we're bringing the game home at this point. So that's good. Second and 21 now. Sam Hartman's going to do a delayed handoff and a bit of a fake there. Gonna get about 5 or 6 yards on the run. Not really entirely sure what the point of that was, other than just like, hey, it's preseason. We're losing by basically double the amount of points we've scored. Might as well just pack it up and go home at this point. That's probably that's got to be what they're doing at this point, right? Because no self-respecting NFL team, in a regular game, would be running the ball like that in the fourth quarter, trailing by 17 points. With 3 minutes left, right? Maybe. If it's the last drive and there's less than a minute left, but not with 3 minutes left. With 3 minutes left, you're at least trying to have some self-respect. But I think in the preseason, you just don't give a fuck. 2 minutes left now, by the way. We're at the 2-minute warning. All right. So, Jeff and Jim, if you're still here. Who do y'all think is going to win the Super Bowl this year? Is it going to be the Bengals? Probably not. It'd be cool if... Like Jim keeps saying the Bengals could make it to the AFC Championship game. They could. They really could. They've got the offense to do it for sure. The problem is that defense. Oh, God. The reason I say the Bengals are probably not going to win the Super Bowl is because, I can't imagine them getting that far with the defense they have. What are they going to do? Is Joe Burrow going to drop 60 points every game? Yeah, if he drops 60 points every game, we'll probably go to the Super Bowl and win it. But, that's not a realistic expectation. And Joe Burrow's so good that maybe you shouldn't... having realistic expectations is shooting low. But that's even a level beyond realism that's just silly, honestly. Jeez. Mikey's back on his other account that you keep switching back and forth from. Yeah, I've always wondered why do you do that? Why do you switch from Hurricane Mike to the other Hurricane Mike? Like why do you switch back and forth between those accounts constantly? Like, it's fine if you do. I'm not like, I'm just, obviously doesn't bother me at all, but like, why do you do that? I've always wondered. So the defense is just as bad as last year, Jeff. Oh, Jeff. They might be worse. From what I've seen so far, they might be worse. Because at least like they showed a little bit of self-respect there at the end. You know? If they don't have Trey Hendrickson, I don't know how the hell they're going to generate any pass rush at all. They might be worse, Jeff. I have one on my phone and one on my computer. Ah, there it is. That's why. All right, that's going to be hey, there you go. There's some good defense from a guy who's not going to make the roster, who is number 39, Robinson, who is, one of my favorite players, Lance Robinson, who I actually am somewhat familiar with, I guess. He's a cornerback from Tulane who's been on the team for a couple of years, but he's also not somebody who is of really much relevance at all. That's 4th and 13. I'd imagine their commander's going to punt here. I don't know why the fuck you wouldn't, especially in the preseason. Isaiah Williams going to be returning the punt here. All right, there's the kick. And it's going to be returned from 19. Nope, it's fair caught at the 19. I don't know why he did that. He had plenty of room to try to make a return, but maybe it's just because it's preseason and you're just trying to go home at this point. I don't know. If the defense can't stop anyone, then no AFC Championship for us. That's what I've been saying, Jeff. Like Jim has been saying that he sees the Bengals potentially going to the AFC Championship game, but I don't with this defense, you know. Desmond Ridder is going to come out and kneel on the ball. And so that's pretty much it, right? Like, you know, he's got to kneel like one or two more times, but it's basically over. So, yeah, I'd say at this point, Jake Browning is by far and away the favorite to win the quarterback job because Desmond Ridder barely got any playing time today, and the little bit that he did wasn't that impressive. He had the one touchdown against the Eagles, and other than that, it wasn't much. So barring getting a nice trade, we could always have somebody call and be like, hey, we'll give you a 5th round pick for Jake Browning. But, you know, barring that, I think it's pretty clear that Jake Browning is going to be the quarterback 2 this year. And Desmond Ridder could stick around as an emergency quarterback 3, but I don't even really know what's going on with that rule anymore. Anyway, that's the final kneel down, and the Bengals are going to win their second preseason game. 31-17. So the Bengals are 1-1 in the preseason, and you could argue that the Bengals the Bengals starting team is 1-0-1 because they were beating the Eagles and essentially tied the Commanders before they went off the field. So we're 0-1-1. Yeah, you sure are. Yeah, preseason, but I know you want to win. I get it. All right. We got 62 views for a preseason game. That's not bad. For a preseason game where I missed the whole fourth quarter too, right? Like I didn't show up till 9 o'clock. I've only been streaming for 2 hours, 2 hours and 18 minutes, 19 minutes, I guess. So we got 62 people to watch this stream, which that's kind of like at one time we had 6 people watching at once, like at 2 different instances. That's honestly like for how like honestly like admittedly DOA this channel's been for, you know, basically all off season because of a lot of stuff I've been doing. It's not too bad. Most of them might have been bots. Yeah, but Mikey, like, you only had, like, one bot. You only had one bot at a time. You didn't have multiple bots, like spamming at once. Like, it was only one bot at a time. So, like, if that's including the bots, then that's still, like, 5 people watching at once, which, for a preseason game, isn't too bad. You know, 63 views now. Apparently, somebody is in here now. Now again, that's not. I don't think that's 63 individual people. I think that's 63 times the stream's been brought up. But still, that's not too bad for a preseason game. So, content plan this season. I don't know exactly what the content plan is. I know there will be content. You know, I'm coming back with, a little bit more emphasis on the channel this year because I've got time to do it now. I got brain space to do it now. That's the main thing. Like, it wasn't so much that I didn't have the time during school. It's that my brain was taken up with so many different directions that I couldn't even consider doing really a whole lot with the channel. And when I tried, I just got overwhelmed because of all the million things I had to do. But I got a lot less going on right now. You know, I'm working full time, and arguably I'm going to be working a decent number of hours. But I've got more brain space for it now. So. There will be content coming this season. I don't 100% know exactly what, but I've got a couple ideas. And so we'll see. Hey, we got 7 concurrent viewers right now, so that's actually a record. With the game over, we've now hit the most number of concurrent viewers of the night. So that's pretty cool. And you can't say it's bots, because if it is bots, I don't know why you're gonna spam my channel now, because like the game's over. Maybe it is bots. I don't fucking know. But hey, well, there's one of the people. Connor's probably the one who showed up and pushed it to 7. So what's up? It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, well, to be fair, Connor, it's I haven't been doing a whole lot. It's been a while since I've really. I think. I mean, me and Mikey have done a couple podcasts, but other than the podcasts, we haven't really done a whole lot. On this channel, so, not terribly surprising. First time I've been in a Bengals stream since about week 12. Is that true? I swear you were there for, when I was doing, the Bengals Broncos preview, back in, week 17. Yeah, I've been busy a lot, too. That's a big part of why the channel has not been as consistent lately. Bengals reach AFC Championship game, nothing beyond that. Well, that's still pretty far, Jim. Honestly, if the Bengals made it to the AFC Championship game this year, I'd consider that a win, right? Obviously I want to win the Super Bowl, but with the way that the Bengals have been, they've been on a downward trajectory since the Super Bowl. So if we get back to the AFC Championship game, then that gives me some hope that that we still have, Joe Burrow, the rest of Joe Burrow's career is still a window, right? That's if we make it to the AFC Championship game, especially with the way this offseason's been, I'd be happy with that. Even if we lose to the Chiefs, even if we lose to the Ravens, okay, this is gonna sound crazy coming from me, but if we lose to the Steelers, I'm gonna riot. But I'd still think I got 8 concurrent views now, but. If we lose, even if we lost in the AFC Championship game to the Steelers, I would be very pissed. It would sting and hurt and blah, 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 blah. But I do think I still would consider that a positive for the Bengals because, especially having not made the playoffs the last 2 seasons, one of which was with a healthy Joe Burrow. Obviously, we'll see what happens. But if they make it to the AFC Championship game and lose, I think I'd take that. I'd much rather win the Super Bowl. I'd much rather go to the Super Bowl and lose than go to the AFC Championship game and lose. But I'd take losing in the AFC Championship right now because that brings back kind of the other NFL teams taking us seriously and free agents taking us seriously and stuff. Now, hopefully we don't spend that clout on, Sheldon Rankins this time, right? But, we'll see. We're going live a lot this season as well. You talking about your channel or are you talking about our podcast? Because, obviously, we'll keep doing the podcast, weekly. And maybe we'll even throw in another episode or 2 in there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Went on vacation in June. Our pod, yeah, we'll definitely be going live a decent amount. We'll figure it out. Pretty much, I'd say at this point, our podcast is probably replacing the Battle of Ohio podcast as like kind of the flagship podcast of this show, and that's not to say that the Battle of Ohio podcast is ending or anything like that, or to say anything about that. It's just me and Thomas just haven't really been able to like connect lately, like find the right timing and everything. So you're probably not going to be seeing a whole lot of the Battle of Ohio podcast going forward. So the main podcast right now is probably Who Day versus Who Dat with me and Mikey. And right now that's pretty much that's like once a week. Pretty much, what did we say? I think we said we're going to do it on Tuesdays so we can recap the week's worth of games. I don't think we're going to be doing 2 episodes a week, but we'll at least be doing the 1 episode a week. Aaron Rodgers won't be that good. It wasn't that good last year, Jeff. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, that's a disaster. It's not going to happen. Jeff, I agree. Rodgers needs to retire now. Yeah, he's not going to be any good, dude. Saints legend Sheldon Rankins. Yeah, well, he did better for the Saints than he did for the Bengals. And I don't even remember if he did any good for the Saints or not. I don't remember. Like, he was good somewhere. I can't remember if that was the Saints or not. But I do know that can't have possibly been any worse for you than he was for the Bengals. Good Lord. He was such a fucking scam for the Bengals. Like, for real, dude. All right. Bengals looked good tonight. Sort of, Connor. The third string looked really good tonight. The backups were not so great. You know, the backups kind of got going, but I was a little nervous about the backups there for a little bit. The starters looked okay, but the defense just, oh God, the defense has not looked good any night. Ever. The defense, I am terrified of what this defense is going to be going forward, guys. Like, I'm going to be completely and 100% level with you. I am not expecting anything good out of this defense this year. It is, I like Al Golden, but he's got a tough job ahead of him. I hope he can get something, because if we don't make it back to the playoffs, then like Zach's out of here. And if Zach's out, then Al Golden's out too. So, I don't know. But, anyway, that's going to be it for me tonight. We got one more preseason game for the Bengals. And that is coming up. Was it the Dolphins, I think, right? We're playing the Dolphins next. Where is the schedule? Here we go. The Colts. I'm sorry. We're playing the Colts next. 2 hours ago, an article said Trey Hendrickson standing firm in Bengals contract dispute. Cool. Just pay the man, y'all. Come on. It's so stupid. Anyway, the 23rd, which is... Here we go. 23rd, which is Friday. So, I'm sorry, Saturday. So, Saturday, we'll be doing Bengals Colts. And then, got basically a week off. And I'll do some content, but got basically a week off. And then the Bengals start the season against the Browns on September 7th. So, that'll be fun. Seth McLaughlin's in at center. He sure was. I didn't see anything particularly exciting out of that, but yep, that's pretty much it for me tonight, y'all. Bengals defense needs to learn. Terrible. Good night. Yep, getting out of here. We play the Broncos on Saturday. Yep, sure do. The next, the big return of Sean Payton in the preseason. Bills play the Bucks. That's true. All right. Bengals. The Bengals win Super Bowl. Damn right, Purcell Gaines. Yeah, the Bengals gonna win the Super Bowl. That's right. Yeah, Who Day. I hope so. Probably not. But anyway, I'm out of here. So see y'all on Saturday for the Colts game. Then we'll be shifting into season mode. Before I go though, when is cut down day? So I'll probably be my first major video of the season. Tuesday, August 27th. So we got some time. So the next main thing is going to be the Colts game. Then after that, I guess I'll get working on my cut down predictions, which will be out, I guess, probably on the 26th, right? So that's it for me, y'all. So I'll leave y'all, as always. And the Bengals won. So, it's preseason, but we can be happy the Bengals won. So I'll leave y'all, as always, with a hoot-ay!